Good morning. Welcome to Audrey's Southern Cooking. My name is Nita. And how are you doing today? Well, today we're going to do something pretty simple. It takes, depending on the size or the amount of meat you have in here, it's going to take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. All right, well, let's see what we're going to do today. So today we are going to make meatloaf. It's really simple. It's not hard to do at all, or at least this is my recipe, so it's not hard to do at all. So I'm taking 1 pound of ground meat. Now you can use chicken if you want, ground beef, you can use turkey, whatever you want. Bison is fine, whatever you want to use. I'm just using ground beef. Now I'm using some different seasonings here. I have salt, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. Just a little bit. I like just a little bit of flavor in there. I have chopped onion and bell peppers. I already have that chopped. I'm just going to use some ketchup. You can use tomato sauce if you want. Ketchup is fine. I have another container because this may not be enough. And for your, and I have 1 egg. I have it over here so it doesn't roll around. And that's just as a binder. And this is also a binder. I'm using instant oats. You can use saltine crackers, breadcrumbs. My boyfriend puts breadcrumbs when he makes meatloaf, and I like that very much too. Now, if you want to take, and again, I'm just going to use just a little loaf pan to put this in. Now, if you have, say, 3 or more people in your house, I would probably go with 2 pounds of meat. This is just me and my boyfriend, so this is fine for us. It's just enough for us to have. We eat at least 1 meal, maybe 2 off of it. Just depends on how hungry we are that day. But if you want to make this really simple, what I have used in the past and love to do is to buy, I believe it's Lipton brand name, and it is onion soup mix. And it comes in a little blue box, and it has envelopes in it of all the seasoning mixed in. So you have dehydrated onions and you have seasonings. I would personally add bell pepper. You do not have to add bell pepper at all. If you don't like onions, you don't have to put onions in them. These are just more for flavor and for some texture in there. And this is what I like to use. So what I'm just gonna do is take my knife and we're gonna cut this. So we're just gonna take this out. And I'm just going to take my hands. I've washed my hands really well. So I'm just going to do this just to kind of break it up. And I'm going to put onions and bell pepper in here. And then I'm going to mix those in and kind of see if I need to add more, I can add more. Because we're always cooking, so I'll put these in a container and they'll be gone by the end of the day. So the rest of this, if I need to. And just do it how you like it. Don't worry about my recipe so much. This is just a base of what I do as a Southern woman, as a Southern cooker. I've taken my mother and grandmother's recipes and kind of made them my own. And some of the things I've changed, some of them I haven't. Okay, I think that, to me, looks good. So we'll put those in a container, put those in the fridge. So we're just gonna take an egg. And if you don't wanna touch any of these foods, you're welcome to use a spoon or a fork. Honestly, I find it quicker just to do it by hand. Okay, now I'm going to wash this off real quick and we're going to add our seasoning and our oatmeal and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to put some Italian seasoning in here. But you can do this as you want. You don't have to add this. You can add whatever seasonings that you want. That was my oven. I have it preheating to 375. That's why you're always going to see me add more garlic than probably other people or what the recipe calls for. I love some garlic. and just regular salt. This is sea salt. This is what I like to use. Well, all right, and I'm gonna go ahead and do oatmeal. I'm just gonna sprinkle. I don't want a lot, so I'm just taking, I had about this much, and just sprinkled that in. So I put whatever, and if we need to add more, we'll add more. It's just kind of to hold this up together. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more in here. And I'm getting oatmeal everywhere, it looks like. That should be plenty. And now, like I said, I'm just using ketchup. I had gotten some tomato sauce, but I'm like, I have so many bottles of ketchup. I don't know, sometimes I just feel like I'm running out of ketchup. So I'm just putting some in here. We're not putting a lot. We're not putting, it looks like a lot, but it's not. And as you can see, I'm gonna mix this all in. And then I'm gonna put ketchup on the top, as to kind of seal it. All right, and I'm just gonna use this little this little bread loaf pan. And I have my oven at 375. You can put it at 350. If you want to cook it faster, you could do 400, but I wouldn't recommend going over that. Especially if you have more meat, because this will shrink. Because I get the 15% fat in my meat, because if you get it too dry, I know it sounds like it would be healthier, and it is healthier, but then you lack moisture in your meat. So we have this. I'm gonna wash my hand again. We'll be right back. We're gonna put ketchup on the top, and then we're gonna put it in the oven. Okay, welcome back. As I'm just using ketchup again. So what I'm just gonna do is squirt some right down the center here. And for this, I do use a spoon, because I have found that I can get in the corners a little bit better with a spoon than my fingers. And I like to seal it really good. And you can also kind of flatten your meat a little bit better than what I can do with my hand too. But it's up to you how much you want to put. I like to put a generous helping. And that way it kind of gets like a darker color, and it's so good. And that is your meatloaf. I didn't oil the pan because there's fat in the meat, and that will create oil in the pan, and that will help it from sticking so much. So this is ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna put it in. I have my oven again at 375, and I'm gonna cook it about 30 minutes, and it'll be done. Now, if you have 2 pounds of meat, I would probably go 350, 375 for 45 minutes to an hour. But you can check that as, you know, when it gets to 30 minutes, I would check it no matter how much meat is in there, and make sure it's not too overdone. You don't want to dry it out for sure. All right, I will meet you back here when our meatloaf is done. Okay, I got my meatloaf out of the oven. It did shrink, but actually not real bad. It's about 1 inch shorter, but it's still pretty tall. It looks really good. And I really want to eat some. So let's see how it looks. Okay, here we are. But see, it didn't really shrink too bad. I've had them really shrink a lot, but it didn't shrink too much. But if you could only smell it. And see how the ketchup got a little crispy on the edges? Oh, that's good. That is good. All right, so I'm gonna slice a piece. Just a little piece. We're gonna put it in a bowl. We are gonna do a taste test. So give me just a minute to get this sliced. So we'll just go ahead and slice it real quick. Look at that, it's just falling apart. Falling apart. Look at that. All right, let's take a bite. I'm excited. Look at that. I think it's a little bit bigger than what I really needed, but that's okay. Can you see the steam? Look at all those little onions and the bell pepper. Ooh, hot, hot. That's really good. That's really, really good. The only thing is, it's kind of in the morning, and I'm thinking I'm gonna eat this whole piece for breakfast. Other than that, I'm kidding. To me, of course, I make this all the time. I like it a lot. You can experiment with different flavors if you want. My boyfriend would really like this. Jalapenos, maybe some ghost pepper in there, just a little bit for a little bit of kick. If you have hot sauce, you may even want to put a little hot sauce in there too. Now that's how Southern folks eat. Yes, I am Southern, but I don't like the hot stuff. But the bell pepper is really good, and the onion. You could put saltine crackers in there. If you do, you might want to not put so much of the regular salt in there because the saltine crackers. Of course, I used the instant oatmeal. You don't even taste the oatmeal. I mean, it doesn't really have much of a flavor anyway. But all that does with that egg is just hold it together. That's all it's gonna do is hold it together. But this is delicious. It's nice and moist. It's sticking together. Maybe a little bit more ketchup or tomato sauce inside. If you like that, tomatoes are great. I like it. That's probably what we're gonna have for lunch today. So, if you have any questions, don't forget to put those questions in the bottom. Or if you want to comment, or if you want to try the recipe and try your own different spices in there, or maybe different peppers, let me know. I love to hear back from you guys and how things go and what you tried, what you didn't. You know, I didn't like this, I did this, and it was great. Let me know. Everybody's different and everybody wants to try different things, and I'm just giving you my way of doing it, and then you know the basics, and then you can go from there. So take it and run with it your way. Oh, it's gonna be good. I already know it's gonna be good. Don't be hard on yourself. It's okay. It's all right. I promise it's gonna be all right. You do what you do, and then let me know so I can maybe try that, because it may sound really good to me. I'm always up for trying new things. So don't forget, I have another channel. It's called Oxford Cookies and Cups, and we're doing big jumbo cookies. We're starting a home-based bakery. So I'm trying these cookies. We're gonna get these out. So we are gonna have some exciting cookies coming out. I just did a peanut butter, well, it's a chocolate cookie with peanut butter and peanut butter chips in it. Oh, it tastes like a brownie. It's delicious. Now, we can put nuts in there if you'd like. I'm gonna have that on Etsy page. I'm gonna have that link down here too, just so you can find that channel and the Etsy channel. And I'm just starting the Etsy channel, so it will grow. So please go ahead, if you have an Etsy account, go ahead and follow it and just see all the new things that are coming out, because we're fixing to start some good stuff. All right, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss any new videos. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.